Today I'm going to give you a true owner's perspective of what it's like living with this, our 2025 Mazda CX-90. When you go on to like the side there, it jerks the steering wheel to pull you back into the lane. So this is the problem I was telling you guys we were having with our CX-90. Look, the gas mileage is just dropping. It was 100 not that long ago. Now it's like 11, 10. Without further ado, let's go.
There's hate, lies and games, faith.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to give you a true owner's perspective of what it's like living with this, our 2025 Mazda CX-90. Ours is the preferred trim, and I'm going to let you know some things that you should consider before buying this vehicle, because it is an amazing vehicle, but it does have some potential issues that you need to be aware of, and I'm going to try to help you guys out that are shopping for this thing. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So our 2025 Mazda CX-90 is the preferred trim. You can get these for roughly $45,000 to $48,000, I would say, around there, depending on your location and the dealership that you go with. We went with Sport Mazda South, so shout out to Sport Mazda South. If you guys are in Central Florida, I highly recommend you guys go to Sport Mazda South. They definitely look out for us. And it's not a plug, well, I guess it is a plug, but they don't pay us or anything. It's just because they're that good. Now, and as for my guy Mustafa, like, he'll take care of you. But yeah, aside from that, This particular trim, you get 280 horsepower and you get 332 foot-pounds of torque. It's a 3.3 liter turbocharged inline six, and it has a mild hybrid, and it runs on regular unleaded fuel. So you could run this with 87, and it weighs roughly around 4,735 pounds, and your estimated I would say gas mileage is between 24 miles per gallon and 28 miles per gallon, so with 24 being the city and 28 being highway. So there's that. So you got the regular stuff out of the way. You kind of know what you're getting into with that. Now let me take you through the vehicle and tell you some of the things that I've noticed and try to give you some of the things that you should look out for, give you some warnings. All right, so if you've been following our channel for a while, then you know that we're a family of 5. So it's me, my wife, and my 3 children. And this is a third row SUV. So let me show you. So front seat, and sorry if it's a little bit dirty, it's our family vehicle. So normally if I'm in a vehicle, I'll sit here, I'll be driving. My wife will be on the passenger side. Let's open this up. That's how you open that there. And then we'll have a baby seat over there for my youngest. So that one will go there. And if we have other people in the vehicle, one could sit here, one could sit there, and we do that pretty often. And this is how you get access to the third row. And that's where my 2 kids sit back there. So we make this work as a third row SUV. We actually utilize the third row all the time. Now with the third row being up, this is the amount of space that you get by there. You have automatic lift gate in the back there. But yeah, not that much space in the trunk area, but you do get a flat tire. Let me see if I can show you. Well, it's underneath there. I would have to, let me see. Like I'm doing this for you guys. There you go. So you can see the spare tire underneath there. So Mazda does give you a nice spare tire underneath the trunk area, the cargo area in the back there. And if I wanted to, I can pull this right here, and these seats go all the way down flat. So let's say I wanted to transport some furniture or something like that. Like, I can literally put those seats flat. Now, most people don't know how to make the second row seats go flat. I'm going to try and show you real quick. All right, so to make the second row go all the way flat, you have to pull this all the way down like that. And let me see how I do it. I know I did it before. Let's see. It might be this lever. Pull this. Let me see. Is that it? All right, I was struggling for a bit there, but all right. So here's how you get the second row to go all the way flat. You have to make sure that this is set all the way back in its set position. Then you pull this all the way up, and then it goes all the way down like that. So, so yeah, so it's not this lever that you use to make it go all the way flat. It's this one you use to make it go all the way flat. And then when you have the third row like down and all the way flat, then you can pretty much fit a lot of things back here. Like it would be big enough to fit most small furniture and things like that because you have both the third row and second row down. So that's a very cool feature. Now let's get this back up and see if I can put this back over there. Right. And so these seats do recline, and I'll show you on this side. I got to try and recline this seat to make it even. So, I mean, it reclines and it goes back. So yeah, it goes back like that. I could probably get the other one to go back further, but they also recline, you know, you can get them to go back as far as you want like that. So that's cool. They also have privacy shades on both sides of the second row, as you can see right here. Now let me see if I can get this to line up exact. Okay, bam. So look how much room that is actually. Well, I have my seat pushed all the way up right now. Let me push it back to my normal seating position. So I'll push this back like so. Oh man, a mosquito got in there. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know if you guys can see him. Got him. One shot, one kill. Yeah, now I gotta go clean the seat. There's the actual mosquito right there. Yeah. But yeah, aside from the mosquito, we so this is my normal seating position right here. I have the seat all the way back. I'm 6'6", and let's see. Yeah, so even with the seat all the way back, it's not bad. It's really not that bad in the second row. So normally when I sit the way how I normally sit, my sister-in-law or mother-in-law or father-in-law or anybody else, they could sit right behind me, and you could have another person sitting there, and then we have the child car seat there, and it works. So as far as it being a third row SUV, it's not the biggest, but you can make it work with a family of 5 or even with a family of 7. You can make it work. So I would say, yes, there's SUVs, third row SUVs with more space, but I think for what you get for the money, is definitely worth considering getting the CX-90 because look at it. It's beautiful, it's luxurious, and I'll go over features and things in a little bit, but just to let you guys know, like, I'm not just talking to talk, right? So this is it from the front here. All right, and then I'll show you guys, like, we also have like a huge cargo van in the back there. And so yeah, as far as space, I get it, you know, but the CX-90 is our family vehicle. And I do have, you know, other vehicles. So we have our 2026 Honda CR-V hybrid, and this is a 2-row SUV. And I've tried to make this work with a family of 5, and it doesn't really work. If we were a family of 4, maybe, you know, but yeah, I got stuff in here. But that's what the inside the CR-V looks like. And it's good for a family of 4 or less. Now, my Nissan Frontier Pro X, I love this. This is for me, but you know, I can actually fit my family of 5 in here. I can put 3 car seats in the back here. All right, I could fit 3 car seats in the back there and still have room if I have to, you know, tow anything or put anything. So this is, if we had to go through the rank of family usefulness, the CX-90 is our go-to. It does everything, followed by the Frontier, then the CR-V. So if you're a family of 5 or 7 or something like that, then I highly recommend the Mazda CX-90. And look, also because you get that beautiful inline 6. Now it drives like a Supra. Like, if I had to like classify all these vehicles, the CX-90 drives like a Supra SUV. The CRV literally, like, seriously, probably the most so drives like a Type R SUV. Like, the handling and the way it drives is very, very sporty. And this, it's in its own class. It's probably for me the most fun to drive. It's like a little Tonka truck. It feels like you're driving a Mack truck mixed with a Camaro. You know, it's fun, man. It's rear wheel drive. It's very fun to drive. But this is on a whole different level because of that inline six and that turbo. And then because of the luxury and stuff like that. Now, let's get into some of the bad things. Now, so this is our second CX-90. We had a 2024 Mazda CX-90, and then we got this 2025 Mazda CX-90. And our first one, the 2024, it had some fuel issues. Like, so we'd be driving and it would get down to like 100 miles of range. And then all of a sudden, right as soon as it got to like 100 miles, it'll drop to 88, 70, 60. And then it'll just start counting down 3, 2, 1, and it'll go to 0 within a span of like 5 minutes. Like, literally, it'll go from like 100 miles of range down to 0. And that, you know, a lot of people saying, oh, you shouldn't run your gas so low. And it wasn't anything to do with the gas or the gas tank or anything. It was a software issue. And I'll put in a clip here to show you what it was doing. So this is the problem I was telling you guys we were having with our CX-90. Look, the gas mileage is just dropping. It was 100 not that long ago. Now it's like 11, 10. And we're just sitting here at a stoplight. We're sitting here at a stoplight, and it's going to drop from 10 to like 9. Like, it's just counting down, basically. It says low on fuel, and then 9, and it dropped to 8. Yeah, so, and we were just at 100 miles maybe about 10, 15 minutes ago, and you're going to see it drop down to 7. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully it's a fix for it, and it also shows low on this side as well, so I don't know what's causing it, but hopefully we'll figure it out soon. But yeah, it was literally just counting down and dropping fuel real fast. And then we took it in, got it serviced. They did an update, and the update actually fixed it. So if you guys are having that problem, that's something that I would recommend. Now, let me go over. I'm going to take it on a drive, and I'll show you a couple other things. So this is the Mazda CX-90 started up. You have physical buttons for your AC, and you do have dual climate zone on the preferred trim. And with ours, it did not come with navigation, but with all these CX-90s, you can upgrade by purchasing the navigation card either through the Mazda dealership, which I don't recommend, or you can get them online at Amazon, and those work just fine. I'll show you that in a bit. But the cluster, you have a mix between like a digital and analog cluster. It's not like an all digital cluster. Your RPMs are like analog, in the middle is digital, and then on the right that shows you your fuel and your heat is also analog, which I like. And then right next to it you have the digital that shows you your range and the temperature. And this, I'll show you the navigation and stuff in a bit. So with this, we have wireless charging. So I'll show you. This is my Samsung Galaxy right there. It's a Note series, and like you can see, we put it there and it starts charging immediately. So the wireless charging definitely works, and this might take some getting used to for some people. To put it in reverse, you have to move it over, and that puts it in reverse. The reverse camera is very sharp, very good, and you do have sensors to let you know if you're getting close to something. So, and it does make a noise as you reverse. Let me see if it's going to beep as we get close. Yes. So you can hear the warning go off, and it's showing you the warning right there. So that's actually pretty cool. I like that about this vehicle. Does have a sunroof. You can see right there. You got the sunglasses holder right there. The speaker, when you use your Bluetooth, you could talk through right there. You have light there. It's an LED light. All right. And to open the sunroof and close it right there. Let's see. You got, oh yeah, LED light right there. That's pretty cool. Some vehicles you get like an incandescent light. You get the nice wood grain right there in the door mixed with the silver. And this right here is very soft touch. I'll show you on this side. very, very soft and nice to rest your elbows. And on the side, Mazda even thinks about you here. This is nice and soft, so you can rest your knee there, like on long journeys. And that's actually really, really cool. So as far as it being a third row SUV, I highly, highly rate it. So yeah, let me go ahead and take it out on the road, and I'll go over what the driving dynamics is like. And I might even do a 0 to 60 test for you guys and let you see. And we could compare it, because so far, if you guys are interested in seeing which is the fastest vehicle out of our fleet, so far I tested the cargo van, and the cargo van did like a 6.91 seconds 0 to 60, and I did the CRV. The CRV was like 8.1 or something like that. So let's see where the CX-90 falls. I'm interested to see where this goes. So there's the built-in navigation I was telling you guys about. So it looks good, works well, and you can control it from like the center console right there. And to me, like, it works perfect. And we had to slam on the brakes. The brakes work very, very well. So one of the things I see a lot of people complain about is that this feels like a herky-jerky kind of ride. And a lot of times what that is, it's this right here. It's the I-stop. So I feel like when you hit it and you take it off, let me see, when you take the I-stop off, it smoothens out the ride, because what happens when you're sitting at a light like this, the engine will shut off, and then you feel like when it's time to start, it has to reignite and start back up, and that's where a lot of the herky-jerkiness comes from. So for people that were worried about the ride not being smooth and stuff, the ride is smooth. It's just two things you have to consider. So you have to take that I-stop off, and that's, it's a tragedy that a lot of the new car companies come with that start-stop, that engine start-stop technology. I don't think it's good for the transmission or the cars, but it is what it is. That's the world we live in now. Hopefully that would change with time and it'll start getting rid of it. But that's what a lot of the herky-jerkiness is. The other part of it is that I believe these are running on like 285s, even on the preferred trim tires, and it's built like a sports car. So you sit low in your seat, like compared to other vehicles, and when you punch it, like, it moves, like it gets out like a sports car. Like, it's not your regular run-of-the-mill SUV. This Mazda builds their vehicles like with that sports car DNA. So even like the way how it feels in your hand like this, the way it handles, it corners, the suspension is very stiff, so it's not going to be the smoothest ride. I would say even, look, shout out to Supra. There's a Supra right there. But yeah, I would say my Nissan Frontier probably rides a little bit smoother than this, minus the tires on that. And the CRV definitely rides way smoother than this. The CRV feels like a luxury SUV the way it drives, So one thing that I don't like about with the Mazda though, so like when you, let's say you go out of your lane a little bit, like when you go onto like the side there, it jerks the steering wheel to pull you back into the lane. So that could be a bit disconcerting. Like that drives me up a wall. Like I don't like the feeling of that when it detects, and I've tried every single way to turn that off. If you guys know the car, if you have a CX-90, you know how to take that feature off, where it literally jerks the steering wheel back, like out of your hand. It feels like it's pulling it out of your control, and it puts you back into the lane. I'm not a fan of that, but if you guys, like I said, if you know a way to fully disable it, I've tried a bunch of different ways and it didn't work. Like there's things on the side where you can turn off certain safety features and stuff. I tried turning all of them off and it still does that. So if there's a way to disable that, let me know, because that can get very annoying, and it's a safety feature. So that's something to be aware of, that it does do that. Like if it detects that you're going into like a different lane, it will pull you back into that lane aggressively, like very aggressively. So that's something you guys should be aware of. Gas mileage, you see right now, like both my wife and I, we have a heavy foot with this thing. We like what it feels like when the turbo spools up, and we're averaging about 20.7 miles per gallon. We can do better. Like I think the best I got out of this was like 23. We were averaging 23 miles per gallon. So that's something to be aware of as well. But let me see if I can go do a quick 0 to 60 for you guys, and I'll, we'll see where it ranks in the household out of all the vehicles, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're going to attempt to do our 0 to 60, and I'm going to try to do it the same way how we did our cargo van. Let's turn off the AC. Just dial it in there. And yeah, let's just punch it. Use our trusty race box. So without further ado, let's go. Oh, wow. Man, 6.85. So I feel like it barely beat out the cargo van at 6.91. So far Mazda's in the lead, man. Mazda is winning. All right, let's do one more, and let me see if I could. So you could switch modes in this. So you got sport, normal, off-road. I'm gonna put it into sport and see if that makes a difference. So without further ado, let's go. All right, 6194. It was actually faster outside of the sport mode, and I could feel there was like a lag and a shift, so I don't know what that was all about. So yeah, so it pretty much ties with the cargo van there. And I'll do one last one. I know Race Car 21 is gonna like this. By the way, shout out to Race Car 21, shout out to Cutie Chaotic, Blueprint Wanna Lead, 100 Grand Nate, shout out to Will Motivation, Moves 2X, Kappa for Life, Speed Demon, Fast Life, all you guys. So let me put it back into normal, and we'll do one last run. And it could just be that it's getting hotter, so it's not giving us the best times. But let's do one last one. Here we go. Yeah, so that one was slower. So it could just be that it's heating up. That one did a 702. So yeah, let's go back. And by the way, so if you guys want to get a race box and test your vehicles, go to their website. I'll put their link right here so you guys can see. And you can type in Race Car Friends 15 as a promo code. You get 15% off. So that's cool. Let's go look at the history. And let's go drag. So yeah, so 6.94 before, 6.85, 720, 72, and let me see. Yeah, 6.91 is the best run that we got with the cargo van right there, and 6.85 was the best that we got with the CX-90. So 6.85, it's number one on the leaderboard, followed by the cargo van. With the cargo van got the best time the cargo van got was 6.91, and the CX-90 got 6.85. So yeah, not bad for, a third row SUV that weighs like 4,700 plus pounds and only 284 horsepower. Not bad at all, man. All right, so with this being a Mazda, where this thing shines, it's in its handling and its cornering. So let me just punch it a little bit here. Like, it takes this, it'll eat this corner like it's nothing. So it literally performs like a race car. Like legit, it drives like a race car. And it's very, very confidence inspiring, very fun. Like, it's so much fun to drive. And it's our family vehicle, but when you push it, it's probably the most fun you could have in a third row SUV because of that inline six, that turbo inline six that just punches, and how Mazda has the suspension dialed in like a sports car. It's actually pretty amazing. Like really, really amazing. Like, let me see. You take this corner here like that, and it's just, it's a blast to drive. It is so much fun to drive, man. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of another third row SUV that gives you so much for the money. You have the leather seats, you have the built-in navigation, you have the big wide screen, you have pretty much all the technology you can need. You got a great sound system, even though this is not the Bose sound system, but you have a very good sound system. It drives like a sports car. It has decent gas mileage. I mean, what else could you ask for? So it really is. So, you know, despite the small issues I go over with the herky-jerky ride, a lot of people, you know, may not like that, and it does have a stiff suspension, so a lot of people may not like that. And with the first model year, with the 2024s, you did have that fuel issue, and it probably happened with some of the 25s as well. Those are like growing pains because this was like a new vehicle, this is like a new thing, and I could understand that happening, right? But for everything else that this thing does, I highly recommend it. For if you need a third row SUV, I highly recommend the Mazda CX-90. To me, there's not that many things that could even come close to comparing for the money. Like, it looks good, it has so much luxury features, it's fast, it's fun, it corners amazingly, and when you wanted to, if you need to get out, you need to take off, you can just punch it and just bam, like. It is absolutely amazing. I love this thing. I highly recommend it. And if you guys are in the market for a third row SUV, I say go get it. The plus outweighs the minuses. But that's it for this one, man. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Race car friends, out. So it's hot now, so it probably won't get the best time. But I'm curious to see. I want to see what this thing does in the quarter. Let's check it out and see.